So we got some more React gameplay. I'm joined here today with Mengluo. Welcome in.
Hello.
Um, yeah, so today we're going to be playing a match between, I'll be playing the Calligrapher, and Mengluo's going to be playing the Fortune Teller. The Calligrapher is a board control specialist with cheap and aggressive summons, but lacks in some mobility. She summons Seal Brush Spirits that are able to ink enemies, which will allow her to deal damage and also move them across the board. She's got decent difficulty and complexity, but has absolute control over the board. The fortune teller may not be able to predict the future, but predicting enemy moves is just a matter of reading their intentions. The fortune teller's main ability is the option to set cards face down in the react chain ahead of time, causing them to react once the react chain gets big enough. Doing so allows her to pre-plan attacks that her opponent might not be prepared for. The fortune teller is a fairly difficult character to pick up, as you do have to plan out moves quite in advance and really think about them. Once you do, the complexity isn't too tough. She's a good pick if you enjoy a little ara ara. And yeah, I guess quickly checking in, because you and I haven't played against each other before. What's your kind of experience with React so far?
I'd say fairly experienced. I played all the characters about at least 5 times or so by now.
Nice. I've got a good understanding of all the characters, so I'm all set. Though Calligrapher, we just kind of chose characters at random. I don't play Calligrapher too often, so I might have to think a little bit extra, but I know what I've got and what my game plan is, though just gotta double check. Start with the game with a Seal Brush Spirit in adjacent zone. Let's place a blue one right there. And yeah, you won the dice roll, so you'll be going first.
Can't escape from crossing fate! Fight!
Draw 4, then draw step. We both draw 1.
Excellent.
Get my masterpiece phase, and I should read these cards to make sure nothing changed.
Because Fortune Teller has gone through some nerfs. She's still incredibly strong, but now she's a bit more fair.
Alright, I'll start off with the A ability.
Alright, so look at the top card of your deck, place it face down in the 3rd or 4th slot, then target a zone, direct it, all that good stuff, and exhaust yourself, and no reaction from me.
Alright, yeah, we'll resolve the chain, look at the top card of my deck. Where do I want this? Now place it on the 4th slot and target this to the side.
Ah, lovely. Love to see it.
Alright, after that, I will just pass my turn.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
Alright. So, technically masterpiece first. Let's place my masterpiece right there in the middle, and then draw for turn. Alright. I'm going to start off with exhausting myself for intention B, so I can summon or progress my masterpiece and summon a Seal Brush Spirit in an adjacent zone.
No reaction, go ahead.
Alright, now do I want to react to myself? I do not. So I'm going to place masterpiece there and summon a Seal Brush. Let's summon a gold one right here. Then I am going to exhaust my blue ink brush to move it 1 space.
Alright, go ahead.
Right, so I'm going to move it there. And then I'm going to use summoning ink, so that way I can ink a standee and summon a Seal Brush Spirit adjacent to me or an ink Seal Brush Spirit.
Sure, go ahead.
Alright, so let's ink up my blue, so that way I can then summon a green. I'll continue on with another summoning ink.
I need to think about this. So that will be right next to me. Sure, go ahead.
All right, so I give it an ink, and then I'll summon my final dude, my pink one. Now then, let's see, what's the best way to do this? I think I need to go with a closing ink where I have to choose a direction, but because I'm going to ink a standee, and then I can remove 2 ink from a standee to move it 1 space to chosen direction, or 3 to move it 2 spaces. I'm going to keep it to my left, your right.
So you will ink the standee, most likely, and then attack me with it. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, you've figured out my game plan. I'm going aggressive. I will not remove any ink, so that way that'll be just that. And then, yeah, let's exhaust said purple or pink standee and target an adjacent zone. So I'll target you there. Since it's, as long as it's inked, I get to deal 1 damage to the target zone.
Nice. Target, I do 1 damage to the target zone. I will react with Bottomless Cup of Fate. Target a direction and zone. I will choose this zone and target to the right.
Target to the right. Okay. Let's see. I will choose not to respond.
Alright, I will then react with the Fortune Manipulation card. I will turn my cup upside down, which will let me turn any reverse tarot card that is not the cup upright.
Perfect. And then with that chain filled out, we'll flip your face down one.
It is a Swords Resolution. Deal 1 damage to the target zone.
As expected. Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't really have a good reaction, but I'll do it anyway. I'm going to Aligning Ink, which is going to let me ink 1 standee, and then I can remove 2 ink from a standee to exhaust it, or 3 to refresh it. And with that, the chain's going to start. I'm going to ink you. Now, you only have the 1, so I can't remove a second one to exhaust you, but you're inked up. That's some good prep for later. And then Swords Resolution, because it's in the 4th slot, you'll deal 1 damage to the target zone, which is me, so I get hit. Ow.
After that is Fortune Manipulation. I will choose to upright. Which one of these moves? The wand. Alright, I'll upright the wand.
Seems good. And now, Bottomless Cup of Fate. So, are you going to discard to draw?
I should probably discard to draw. I will choose not to discard to draw. Then I will replace it with a card from my hand, which will be Wand's Uncertainty.
Alright.
Oh, I think we missed something. Right, I missed something. Whenever I resolve an intention in the 4th slot of the React chain, I can turn any reverse tarot back upright.
Yes.
So I will also turn the sword upright.
Excellent.
Alright. Then Wand's Uncertainty lets me move 1 space in the chosen direction.
Excellent. And then I attack the targeted zone. There's nothing there to hit. So my aggression has then led to me getting hit, as the fortune teller do. Well, I might as well continue moving my progression plan. So I'm going to exhaust my gold sealed brush spirit to move it 1 space.
Sure, go ahead.
Perfect. And I'll do that again with my green.
All right, go right ahead.
Slowly lock you down, make a Z shape on the board, and then I don't have 3 ink on a standee to Seething Respite, so I will end my turn. And we'll all
right.
refresh, all my guys. All right, so you get to progress your masterpiece.
Yep, I'll place this right here.
Excellent, and we draw.
I will think about the masterpiece puzzle.
The masterpiece puzzle.
We'll place that here, then swap that there. So, if I were to progress my masterpiece, I should put this here. If I do progress it. Alright, I will use the A version.
The A version, eh? I'm going to react with an aligning ink. So I can ink a standee.
Go ahead.
Alright, so I will give a ink to myself.
Alright. I will look at the top card of my deck. I can place this on the 4th slot again, 4th slot again. And I'll do the exact same targeting.
I see, I see.
After that, I will place a card face down. Should I? Feel like I should just end my turn again. Let's play passive. I'll just end my turn right here.
All right, sounds good. So I'll progress my masterpiece, and I will place it at the end here. And
all right.
Yeah, let's get all started. Oh, and we'll draw for turn.
Yep.
And you get to refresh.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so as I could progress the masterpiece and just ascend, but then you get to basically ascend next turn, or I wait, in which case the ascension board gets completely messed up, probably with me at the worst. So I think I will. Yeah, I think I'll just be good to myself, and I'm going to exhaust myself so that way I can progress my masterpiece and summon a Seal Brush Spirit in an adjacent zone.
Alright, go ahead.
Alright, so I will swap our things here, which will cause me to ascend, which is all the same things, but now I have my new exhaustion react that I can have all my Ink Seal Brush Spirits deal damage to their adjacent zones, doesn't damage my own standees, then remove all Ink Seal brushes and ascend me. So got a fun board wipe on the board, which is fun, but otherwise I then summon a seal brush. I've got no extras. All right. And with that, I guess we'll just exhaust a purple standee to move it 1 space.
Sure, go ahead.
I'll move it there. I will exhaust my green one to move it 1 space.
Let's see. That does give me something to react to now. Now I can play Fortune Manipulation and reverse the sword to target one zone. If I am in or adjacent to the target zone, deal 1 damage to it.
Okay. So I guess I have no good reaction that I want to do at this time. Would you like to react?
Would I like to react to it? Let's see. I probably should react to that. But no, I will not react to that.
All right.
Just let it resolve.
All right. So it deals 1 damage to my Shield Brush Spirit. And since it's not technically inked, no damage happens.
Oh, your green one moves.
Oh, right. That's what was happening here. Yes. Huzzah. I made it. All right. So I will go ahead and exhaust my blue spirit to move it.
Alright, then I will react with the wand, which allows me to move 1 space in the chosen direction, and I choose to my left.
All right. Seems good to me. No reaction.
Alright, then I want to play out the Bottomless Cup of Fate.
Woohoo! All right.
I will choose a zone, which will be over here and pointed upwards, let's say.
All right. Which will then cause your 4th slot to flip.
It is a sword.
It is a sword. Yahoo! With that sword, I am going to respond with an aligning ink, so I can ink a standee, remove 2, exhaust 3 to refresh.
All right.
So I will ink a standee, and I will ink myself, and then I will get hit by the sword's resolution for the 2nd out of 3 damage.
Yep. On the resolution of a card in the 4th intention slot, I can upright the cup.
Ooh.
After that is Bottomless Cup of Fate. I will choose to discard Wand's Uncertainty from my hand to draw a card. Alright, then I can replace this with a card from my hand. I will choose to place this with Wand's Uncertainty. I chose upwards, so I move upwards, which does nothing.
Does nothing. All right.
After that is my movement from the wand. I will move in the specified direction.
All right. And then finally, my blue seal brush spirit finally gets to move.
Yep.
And then I will continue on with my gold seal brush to once again let it move a space.
Sure, go ahead.
In response, I'm going to aligning ink to ink a standee, remove 2, refresh, or exhaust, or 3 to refresh.
All right.
I will ink myself to get a 3rd on me. Stack them all there. I will not spend the 3 to refresh.
Interesting.
And then discard. There we go. And then I'll shuffle that forwards. And then I will summoning ink to ink a standee, and then summon a shield brush spirit adjacent to me or an ink seal brush.
All right, go ahead.
So let's ink a second on this one, and then resummon my pink.
Yep.
Which got no way to ink, so I will just end my turn there.
All right.
So I'll refresh all my stuff. You get to progress your masterpiece.
Yep. I'll place this right here. And we both draw a card.
Yes.
Let's see. Huh. Am I reading this card effect correctly, I wonder? I have no idea. I will choose to target to the left in this zone right here.
Excellent.
All right. After that, I will place this, and I will choose. What should I choose? I guess B?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess B. I'll choose B to progress my masterpiece.
All right. No reaction from me.
All right. Progress my masterpiece. Return all cards on the react chain back to hand.
All right. So now you've got your Ascension, which is very powerful.
Yep. And after that, I will choose to set a card face down. Right over here. And choose the exact same spot again.
Woo!
After that, I will set another card face down. Should I? I should. I will choose this and to the left.
Seems good.
All right, then I will end my turn. Go ahead.
All right. So I'll progress my masterpiece. I'll keep it simple and just put that at the end. Draw for turn. All right. So, I will go ahead and start off with exhausting my pink here to move it one space.
All right, sure. No reaction to that.
Yeah. Might have to do with that.
Nice.
All right. Then I'm going to closing ink, choosing towards me, which would allow me to ink a standee, then remove 2 ink from a standee to move it 1 space in the chosen direction, or 3 to move it 2 space in the chosen direction.
All right. I should think about that. I probably want to react to that. I'll react with Fortune Manipulation and reverse the cup.
Reverse the cup. Excellent. All right, and let's start all these things that you planned off in advance.
A Wand's Uncertainty to the left, and a Pentacles Wavering.
Ooh, that's exciting. All right, so I will respond with a flowing ink, choosing towards you, which will allow me to ink a standee and then move all ink standees 1 space in the chosen direction simultaneously. And only thing you could react with is your new special reaction for the 6th zone.
Yes, I could react with that, and I will need to think about what happens if I turn this sideways. Alright, if I turn that to the right, then everything that will be inked will be moving to the right. But you can still control who's going to move that way. Alright, go ahead.
Alright. So I will ink my pink guy here, so that way everything that can... I'm just going to move the 3 a little bit, just so that way I'm not standing on it, but it is still targeting that zone. Moves towards you, which also includes me, but not my gold. It's not inked, so that will be that there. And then your pentacle's wavering, so you can swap any 2 standees that are outside that target zone.
Yes, any 2 standees. I will swap the green spirit and you.
Ah. I see.
And since it's the 4th intention slot, I can turn the sword upright.
Ah, I see.
After that is my one's uncertainty. I will move to the left, which does nothing.
Does nothing. And then
you did
the
fortune
cup.
manipulation. Yep, I will turn the pentacle upright.
Perfect. And then finally, closing ink, I get to ink a standee, and then I can remove 2 ink from a standee to move it 1 space, or 3 to move it 2 spaces. Also, we can return these all back there. So I think I will ink myself here, so that way I can then remove the 3 that I had on myself to move me 2 spaces away.
All right.
All works out. All right. So that was an exciting initial card. So let's just go ahead and use my blue, exhausting it, to then choose to attack an adjacent zone. So I'm going to target the zone you're in.
You are targeting the zone I'm in. I will choose to react with the sword. Okay, this one's the right one to drag out. The sword. Target an adjacent zone to deal 1 damage to it, and I will choose this zone.
Oh, you're targeting the zone that's adjacent to you. Intriguing.
Is that the right one? That should be the right one. Alright.
Exciting stuff. I will not react.
Alright. I will then play a bottomless Cup of Fate.
Alright. Seems good.
And I need to choose a target. I will choose over here on myself and pointing to the right. Do I point to the right? Yeah.
Alright, well, you got 3 cards on hand. I'm sure you probably have more things you can do, but I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to exhaust myself, so that way I can use my reaction to have each of my Seal Brush Spirits deal 1 damage to all the adjacent zones that they're in.
Yep. That takes up the 4th slot, so I can't do my 4th slot things, and then I will choose to do nothing to it. Do nothing. Go right ahead.
Alright, so the 2 Seal Brush Spirits beside you will both deal 1 damage to you, so that's 2 damage on you this turn.
Yep, I take 2.
Tying things up, but then all of my ink brush spirits that have ink on them, including this green one in the back, get removed from the board. So that is my comeback mechanic and go ahead with the rest of your abilities.
Alright. The
And
bottomless
I
cup of
descend.
fate. Yep. I will discard nothing. I will replace it with a Pentacles Wavering, which will swap any 2 standees that are in or adjacent to the target zone.
And there are none.
Yep, there are none. After that is the sword, which does nothing. Damages an empty zone.
And then my Seal Brush Spirit. It's dead, so nothing there. Alright, so that leaves you and me. You're inked one, I'm inked one. I got my gold guy. I'm exhausted. Well, might as well exhaust my gold guy to move them.
Sure, go ahead.
I'll move them 1 forward. And with that, that will be the end of my turn.
Alright.
I might be able to steal this back. Probably not. I've made a lot of mistakes. Yeah.
And I'll do my masterpiece step, and we both draw 1 card. Set a card face down on the 4th slot, which I will choose on your space and downwards.
Alright.
Alright, after that I will play out the One's Uncertainty.
Ooh.
I move 1 space in the chosen direction. I will choose also downwards.
What are you up to? I guess just anything to get your reactions on board. That's fair.
Yeah, anything to get mine.
No.
After that,
no reaction.
alright, then Fortune Manipulation, which will reverse the Pentacle to draw 1 card.
Alright. I will not react.
Alright, finally is the Bottomless Cup of Fate.
Excellent.
We'll choose a direction and zone, although my hand's empty, so this one doesn't matter.
What's that final card?
It's a One's Uncertainty.
Oh, I see. Trying to get me nice and close to you so you can sword me. Well,
Yep.
I won't have it. I'm going to use my flowing ink to choose a direction. This will at least make it so that way, even if you try to redirect this, I only move 1 space towards you instead of 2.
True.
So the question is, will you do your special 6? You will.
Yep, I will. I will choose.
Oh, it just let you re-choose all
target
zones. Oh, I forgot about that part.
Yep. I can choose all directions and zones. So I will just turn this downwards. And it should work out how I imagine it.
Okay.
Alright, let's resolve.
Alright. So I will then ink a standee. So I'll ink my gold there. And then all ink standees move 1 space in the chosen direction. So you move back at the end of the board. I move over here. Shift this over so I don't stand on it. Alright. Next up, discard, please. There we go.
Alright, next up is One's Uncertainty. Move any standee 2 spaces in the chosen direction. I will move this 2 spaces downward.
Excellent.
It's the 4th card in my intention. I will upright the sword.
Seems good.
Alright, after that, Bottomless Cup of Fate. It does nothing because my hand is empty.
Woohoo!
Then the Pentacle allows me to draw a card. And finally, the One's Uncertainty moves myself 1 space downward into the wall.
right.
All right. After that, I will play out Pentacles Wavering and target a random zone over here, I guess.
Yep.
There are no reactions left, so this is the last card to play, which will reverse the sword and hit you for game.
And that will be game. Oh, good game.
GG.
I definitely messed up. There was a turn I meant to do cleansing or seething respite, but forgot. But who knows how that would have changed the game. But overall, that was a ton of fun.
Same.